Thank you, PS. The Permanent Secretary, the Minister of Health and Child Care, Air Commodore Dr. Jasper Chiwenga, our National Coordinator of COVID-19 in the Office of the President and Cabinet, Dr. Agnes Maomba, Dr. Ndiradima, Dr. Maxwell Hove, and the staff, members of the 4th Estate, good evening. Good evening. Measures to keep the safe for COVID-19. Fellow Zimbabweans, the country has done very well in terms of keeping the spread of COVID-19. In addition, our vaccination against COVID-19 is going on very well. The country is, however, experiencing a surge in cases. The last 7 days have seen 596 new cases and 26 deaths as compared to the same period in May last year, where we had 132 new cases and 6 deaths. This is more than 4-fold increase in new cases and deaths. Sadly, it has been noted that there has been a general complacence in adhering to the preventive measures both in the communities and workplaces. We are also witnessing a sharp increase in cases and deaths globally and in the C.D.G.N region. In order to keep this surge, the following measures will be implemented effective Monday, 14 June 2021. There will be stricter enforcement of the following preventive measures. Mandatory wearing of masks in public places. Maintaining social and physical distancing. Washing or sanitizing of hands frequently. 3, government will strengthen testing and contact tracing as well as quarantine contacts and isolating confirmed cases. 4, regarding public transport, the operators are to adhere to recommended passenger numbers. They should ensure that all passengers are wearing their face masks properly. On boarding, they must have their temperature checked and their hands sanitized. Public transport operators shall disinfect their vehicles every trip. 5, with regards to gatherings, the following measures are to be implemented. All gatherings except funerals are banned. These gatherings include, but not limited to, weddings, church gatherings, music festivals, and sport activities. Funerals shall be limited to 30 people. All COVID-19 funerals will be supervised by health personnel. All workshops and meetings are to be held virtually. In addition, all offices, both government and private, are to decongest by 50%, except for offices connected with essential services. 6. With regards to retail businesses and shops, their operating hours shall be from 08 hours to 1800 hours. That is 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. It is expected that the operators ensure that there is strict adherence to preventive measures such as proper wearing of face masks, sanitizing, and temperature checks of their clients. They should also ensure that they limit the number of clients in their shops to maintain physical distancing. Beer halls and nightclubs will remain closed, whilst bottle stores will operate from 1000 hours to 1600 hours, that is 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Operators should ensure that there is no drinking in and around their premises. Failure to adhere to these measures will result in withdrawal of business licenses. Hotel and lodge bars and restaurants are open to their residents up to 2200 hours, that is 10 p.m. All other restaurants and fast food outlets will serve take-aways only. And I repeat, all other restaurants and fast food outlets will serve takeaways only. 7. With regards to the people's marketplaces, such as but not limited to Mbare, Renkin, Mpezanamo, Sakuba, Machipisa, and others, they shall close at 1800 hours, that is 6 p.m. The operators shall ensure strict adherence to preventive measures such as proper wearing of face masks, sanitizing, social distancing, and temperature checks of their clients. Non-compliance will result in closure of that marketplace. Our health inspectors and other law enforcement agencies will move around and monitor compliance to these measures. Failure to adhere to these measures will result in withdrawal of business licenses. 8. With regards to tobacco auction floors, the owners must ensure strict adherence to preventive measures such as proper wearing of face masks, temperature checks, and sanitizing of clients and maintaining physical distancing. Each consignment of tobacco bills to be accompanied by at most 2 people into the auction floor. Targeted vaccination of tobacco farmers and their workers will be available. Tobacco auction floor employees are required to have a negative COVID-19 PCR or rapid antigen test, which will be valid for 2 weeks. Vending within and around the tobacco floors is prohibited. I repeat again, vending within and around the tobacco floors is prohibited. In other words, we want buyers and sellers at the tobacco floors. Our health inspectors and other law enforcement agencies will be monitoring for compliance. Failure to adhere to these measures will result in closure of that particular auction floor. 9. At all ports of entry, there shall be strict enforcement of the 48-hour-old PCR negative certificate requirement and mandatory testing of all travelers from hotspots, countries, or areas at their expense, regardless of their negative PCR certificates. They shall be quarantined of those coming from hotspots in designated quarantine centers at their own expense. Those who present with fake COVID-19 negative certificates shall be arrested and prosecuted. 10. With regards to management of local hotspots, the following measures shall be implemented. 8. There will be daily national updates of hotspots as part of the daily COVID-19 situational report. B. The public is being advised not to travel to these hotspots areas. C. There will be increased testing and contact tracing within the hotspots areas. D. Vaccinations and health education will be intensified in the hotspots areas. And lastly, if the above measures fail to control the hotspots areas, targeted lockdowns will be effected in those areas. Finally, I want to remind everyone to properly wear your face mask, sanitize, maintain physical and social distancing, and get vaccinated. I thank you.
For these and other stories, visit our website www.263chat.com. Follow us on Twitter @263chat and like our Facebook page 263chat.